Hello collective. So today we're in the woods and we are going to do a reading based off of what the collective is feeling regarding obsession and love. How is the collective fantasy and obsession and love? So right now a lot of you guys are in deep, like having deep dreams right now. It could either be about a lover from the past life or somebody who you are associated with during this lifetime, maybe someone you just met online or at an event per se, but this person really like awakens something ancient within inside yourself. Like it just feels like you're really connected with this person. Maybe you could be deep in your subconscious thoughts right now. What I'm getting is the moon, you know, there's a lot of illusion going on. So a lot of you guys are deep into fantasy right now. It could be deep into fantasy about who you're becoming or who you want to become. Just remember that you are already what you desire and what you call out for, but it's heavenly in your energy right now. You see yourself as a boss, a leader. You see yourself getting the car you dreamed about. You see yourself living a lifestyle that you've always like wanted. You see yourself becoming the woman or the man that you always needed as a child. Tell me more specifically about love and obsession. How does those intertwine with the collective heavenly right now? So how it intertwines right now, a lot of you guys are manifesting. For some of you, doors are definitely opening with opportunities and financial stability. Maybe somebody that you are infatuated with, maybe in a relationship with, or just beginning to have feelings for each other. You guys were first friends. They are financially stable. They either want to help you or support you in your lifestyle. For some of you, I'm getting you guys are in the entertainment business, in the career, or you do nails, nail tech. That's really familiar too. So a lot of you guys are also desiring and very hopeful for some of you, you guys have been hurt a lot, you know, in your past by situationships or people who wasn't ready for you. So it's like you're stepping into this new energy again because this person activated something within inside yourself to want to love again, to want marriage again, to see family as something that is attainable, you know, while you're also chasing your dream and you're deep into you're deep late at night thinking about what you want to do for your career, how you want to shift into this new change, and you're just deep in isolation mode when it comes to being at nighttime, thinking about everything, thinking about the potential love offers, because what I'm getting in this energy is there's a lot of love offerings coming to you, but you're really destined on one person particularly that just activated something in you that you were longing for, and that you didn't know that wound still was there. But it's a person that definitely you long for and you crave. And but like I said, you guys got to balance that out by still pouring in self-love and pouring into yourself as much as you do with other people or just this particular person, so that you don't lose yourself or be overly consumed by obsession or overly consumed by love. For some of you, you guys are very ambitious. You guys are going straight forward to what you want. You guys could be possibly getting your life together, you know, just graduated school. For a lot of you, congratulations on graduating school. For some of you, you're just going straight forward to your dreams right now. You're not letting anything stop you, no past hurt stop you. You keep going forward. So right now in love, you guys are definitely hopeful, ambitious, and determined. And also, you guys are learning how to be disciplined, learning how to be able to hold love for someone that you have, while also pouring love into yourself without abandoning yourself. Because in the past, you might have abandoned yourself to experience love from someone else, but you let go of yourself just to feel loved, and that's not true love. So you're learning how to balance that with being in love and still holding that space to love yourself more. What illusion or wound is obsession triggering for the collective? What illusion or wound is triggering for the collective? So right now, definitely you guys are really deep in your heart chakra right now. For some of you, maybe you felt like your heart chakra has been closed off, but all of a sudden it was just this rush of feeling of wanting to love again. That could be just wanting to love life again, wanting to love yourself again. Maybe you met a potential person who really genuinely gives you that raw, authentic love, or whatever the case may be. But for some of you guys that's the obsession that's really triggering the wounds that you thought you got rid of is abandonment. Maybe you felt like you had to cling on to someone just so that they don't leave you. Maybe you met this new person. It could be at an event, you met them online or something in particular. That's what I'm feeling. But you poured into this person a lot. You guys really do have a lot in common, but you're really afraid at the same time that you don't want to get hurt and you don't want to like ruin the connection. So it's like you're deciding if you want to switch and just disappear, or if you should stay in this dynamic and still pour into yourself and love yourself while holding space for the love that you know is coming for you. And also right now, maybe you might feel like in the past you gave a lot to feel loved. You poured a lot to just make someone feel loved and they didn't bring it back to you, they didn't reciprocate that. So you could be having a little just triggering wounds at the time. It can also be, for some of you, I'm getting that maybe a person that you knew all your life, growing up and stuff like that, had just resurfaced into your life. So it's like you're getting butterflies, you're getting that feeling of feeling like you love them, and maybe you had a crush on them, or maybe they had a crush on you years ago, but they're just coming back into your life, and it's like you don't know how to like show them the new version of who you became in a way without feeling like, should I like bring my light down to be acceptable? No, you don't have to do that. If you feel like you have to bring your light down just for someone to accept you, then you have communication with that person, and you also do some shadow work and self-healing for yourself to understand if it's just fear talking or just old abandonment wounds that are trying to surface right now. Okay, Spirit, how can we transmute the energy of obsession so that we don't allow it to overly consume us, but we obsess in a healthy way? So right now you could be in isolation mode. You might feel like you stepped away from a lot of people from your past that no longer resonate with you. So right now you're in isolation mode. Maybe that's where the specific person who is this lover who you are obsessed with, maybe you met them in the midst of being in isolation mode. But what also the cards are telling you as well, to not view distance, like maybe if the person is like a little bit distant or whatever, or maybe you want to get distance from the person because you're afraid of like really stepping into actually being raw and love and everything like that, even though you love the person. At the same time, Spirit is asking for you not to just go distance from it, but to also use the time of isolation that you have for yourself right now to do some shadow work and reflect on the questions of, why do I feel fearful of going deep in with this person? Why do I feel like this person has to contact me every single day for me to feel like I'm loved and I'm cared for and I'm wanted? Ask these questions to yourself and then write them in a journal. That's what Spirit is asking for you to do. Also, Spirit is asking you to not lose your way, because you're not lost, okay? You're always found. You are found within the lost ideology of feeling lost, okay? You hear that freaking helicopter? Okay, the helicopter. But yeah, right now, Spirit is telling you like to keep the obsession healthy. Don't get lost in the obsession of like, okay, you can care about the person, you can love about the person, or maybe if this is a new love that's brewing up for you, you're afraid, or maybe it's a past person that's coming back that you actually had a crush on, or they had a crush on you. Maybe they're coming back to the newer version of yourself, and you're a little bit afraid to show your real self. But at the same time, Spirit is asking you to always be yourself too. Don't lose yourself in this romance or in the overly obsession that you guys both can feel for each other, because what I'm getting with this energy is your lover is definitely feeling the same energy that you feel, okay? And yeah, so a lot of the things at the same time, for some of you guys could be feeling like you've been holding a lot in, kind of holding secrets from like that potential person. Not secrets of anything bad, but secrets of like what you truly long for, what you truly want, and you don't want to push the person away, or you don't want them to view you as something that they can take advantage of. Maybe it's just your inner child talking right now. Remember to not have your inner child stir the wheel in your reality, but also reassure your inner child that you are safe, you are okay, you are loved, and with communication, things can be resolved. And at the same time, have the communication with yourself to talk to yourself like this and do some shadow work, especially when you have some alone time, so that you can talk to your inner child, okay? Because a lot of you guys, when you fall in love, your inner child comes out way more, okay? Because you feel so raw, you feel like you're safe with this person, so your inner child just wants to know that they're safe, they're okay. Reassure your inner child every single day, okay? And it's okay to not always feel like you're okay. Maybe at the same time you guys could be at a distance with each other. Maybe the person is long distance, or maybe they're far away and stuff like that, or maybe you're far away from the person and there's a lot of obstacles or blockages in the way right now, and you feel like everything is not like the universe, like, why do you have to do that every time you fall in love with somebody that either lives too far? Or for some of you guys be feeling like that, like you guys feel like you can't resonate with a lot of people that live around your town or whatever the case may be, because it's not hitting right, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's just like Spirit does that for a reason, so they can show you how to hold space to love yourself and also love the person that you are truly desiring, without giving up your serenity, your temple, your energy, and staying in your dark feminine energy while still loving this person. Okay, Spirit, what is the future love coming in for the ones who are doing the inner work right now? Okay, so a lot of you guys that are doing the inner work right now, you're deeply in your high priestess energy. You're really diving deeply into yourself, because maybe you might have felt disconnected, maybe, or when you were in situationships or loving connections or whatever the case may be, maybe you didn't feel sure about yourself, you felt disconnected, you felt like without the person, maybe you were just leaving a relationship, and then after leaving that leaving that relationship, you had to get back to yourself, you had to get back to who you were, so you felt a little disconnected right now. But you guys, the one that's really doing the inner work right now, you guys are actively healing that wound, okay, to know that you are safe and loved, and to understand that, you know, sometimes an ending is a new beginning, okay? When one door closes, another one opens, okay? So right now, a lot of you guys are stepping into your independent energy. You're for a lot of you guys, air signs might resonate with this. Libra, Gemini's, Aquarius might resonate with, as well with this too. Water signs is too. Cancer. For some of you guys are really setting clear boundaries for yourself. You're telling yourself, like, this is what I won't do in love. This is what I would do for myself to show that I love myself. In order to love someone as deeply as you do, learn to love yourself just as much as that, so it can amplify, okay? Don't give away with the empty cup, okay? So a lot of you guys have been understanding that mindset, and you're getting clear-minded, and you're receiving downloads on how to just, you know, different ways to heal yourself. As you guys seen the video I did by going to the cemetery to transmute the void. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are coming back to your childlike mindset. You're coming back to what made you happy in the beginning of time, before all the outside noise. Also, for a lot of you guys are soul searching. You're just looking for a new energy in life, like something that'll like bring that spark out of you again, because you know that it lies within yourself, okay? For the ones that's doing the work as well too, you understand that you're being called for a new life, a new way of thinking, new habits. So you're soul searching, okay? Right now you're seeking for wisdom, truth. A lot of you guys are enjoying your time being alone. For a long time, you didn't really like to be alone with yourself, okay? You were having a lot of chaotic people with you in the past. You just wanted to distract yourself with the fun, the glamorization of life, and the parties, and hanging around people you didn't really trust, just because you didn't want to feel alone. You didn't want to sit with your thoughts. But now you're transmuting that energy. You're sticking to your independence route. A lot of you guys could be single right now, just taking that leadership role, and you have a lot of love offers coming up to you. But you know at the same time that you don't want to just connect with anybody just to make things feel good or to make it feel less painful. You want to connect with divine energy, okay? A divine God is a divine God. So it's like right now you guys are just also seeking inner guidance within yourself, coming back to yourself. A lot of you guys could be meditating, doing yoga, even getting into doing Reiki, you know? You're trying to heal some wounds and just build yourself back up again, okay? So that's what a lot of you guys are doing, that you know that you love to obsess over things that you truly love, but you're pouring more into yourself as well too, and you're doing a lot of inner soul work and guidance and transmutation right now during this time, okay? Okay, Spirit, what's some love practices that the collective can do so that they don't lose themselves in the midst of being open to love, or just entering into something new as a new beginning right now? So a lot of you guys, to be able to do something as well, prep. You know, write a plan out, you know, have a plan, do some journal work, write down your goals and your aspirations, things that you love, and outside of a relationship, outside of pouring into others, what do you love to do for yourself? What would you like to do regarding maybe humanitarian? A lot of you guys are humanitarian. You love to help the world. You are very connected with children come to you, and animals flow to you. You just have a really earthly feeling about you. A lot of Virgos might resonate with this as well. Virgos, Cancers, Pisces, Leo energy as well with the collective. But just have a foresight, okay? Expand your mind, okay? For new opportunities that are coming up right now, don't just sit in your void. Don't sit and not do anything about like what you are truly longing for, because Spirit is showing you that you can love yourself, pour into yourself, while also loving this person, okay? That's what Spirit is showing you. Show me some more things that the collective can do without, you know, losing their self. You know, stand out as the leader, okay? King of Wands, take leadership in your life. Take the role of the leader and understand that overcoming challenges makes you stronger. Pain is your fuel, okay? And that you got to understand and tell yourself every day that you're no longer in survival mode, okay? You taking the leadership of the king and queen, or you know, you taking that high priestess role or emperor role in your life, okay? For a lot of you guys can focus on your career. Anytime that you feel like you're overly obsessing and it might get unhealthy, start pouring into your creativity. Maybe do some dance moves, do something that'll make you feel enlightened. For a lot of you guys are dancers in the nightlife. You're dancers, ballerinas, that's what I'm getting as well. A lot of you guys are just active in the community, so you guys use that to express yourself, creativity. And a lot of you guys are going down a celibate journey. A lot of you guys are like not just, you know, having intercourse with any and everybody, because you know that a lot of people carry a lot of baggages, or a lot of people try to stop you in your tracks when you're really going to your utmost highest glow. So that's what you're doing right now, to really stay clear of any like bad obsession and getting too lost in the sauce with love and romance right now, because love is coming in for you, okay? It's all up in your energy right now, and you got a lot of people that want you right now, but you're on this one person, or you're on a few people that you really like, okay, that you really enjoy, that you really outside of just relationship, okay? So it's like right now, to stay in your power is have a plan, prep, get into taking that natural leader role, because you're a natural born leader. Understand, look at the bigger picture in life, change your perception, get into deeply in your career, start thinking of ideas that you really want to pour into your career based, and that's really how you're going to step deeply into not getting overly obsessive, which becomes bad, okay? All right, guys, as we get into deep conversation, we are going to make some jewelry beads with the love frequency of pink right now. So let's get into this talk after the tarot reading that we just did about obsession and fantasy and future love offerings coming to you. Basically, what I want to say is that I can resonate a lot with this collective on being overly obsessive, because at the end of the day, you love deeply, okay? You are a lover girl, you are a lover's boy, but you also guard your heart very, like, you've learned to guard your heart a lot during this time, because a lot of people have hurt you from the past, okay? A lot of people made you feel like you love too much. Cancers are going to resonate with this as well. A lot of people were trying to say you were too deep, you were doing too much, okay? So you kind of like learn to distance yourself, to really protect yourself. And with this love, that's this new offer and love that's coming for you now, as you do your inner shadow work and deep healing, it's not going to call for you to be distanced away from the person. It's going to call for you to take space to love yourself and to love the person as well, okay? That's what the deep healing is calling forth to your life. It's not easy to choose yourself sometimes, especially when you had to learn how to choose yourself. Like, maybe you didn't grow up with someone who was telling you to choose yourself anytime, so you learned to be a deep lover, and you was always choosing people over your own happiness, over your own sanity, and it was never like, it never turned out good for you. And when it did, when you did have something good, maybe you sabotaged it with old thought patterns because you just didn't want to get hurt. Like I told you, maybe you would distance yourself away from people because you didn't want to feel that energy of being left, or that energy of being hurt, and that energy of sometimes when you love somebody, you start thinking paranoid thoughts like, what if they're living a double life? What if they truly don't love me? What if they're doing this? What if they're doing that? What if they're doing this? What if they're doing that? So your head will be spinning like so much rapidly, but you would honestly just be going through your day, living like that. And now you had took a break from relationships, or maybe you poured more love into yourself, and then a newer love just is brewing up for you, and it's something real. It feels like something ancient. It feels like something that you've been longing for all your life, and you just think about, you don't want to mess it up with your thoughts. That's why that's a good thing that you're actually thinking that way, in a way, because you're telling yourself, I don't want to bring my old drama, my old trauma into this relationship, because I really like this person, and I understand that I need to pour into myself and put self-love into myself as well, because I don't want to lose myself while also loving this person, okay? And that's the big step. When you really know what's going on with yourself, you can prep and prepare to get yourself together, okay? So we're going to be using a little purple and pink, okay? For the energy, purple is royalty and pink is for love frequency, and I'm making a healing bracelet, okay? So what you guys can do is just go back to your childlike self. As you're feeling this emotion, this turmoil, and outside of just love and everything, it's also things from your past that is coming up right now, and you just kind of like, because retrograde is about to come in, so it's like the past could be coming up, maybe some past exes that want to come back to you because they see you glowing, but it's at the same time, you're not really worried about that. You're honestly worried about your bag, you're worried about healing, and to be honest, you're becoming infatuated with yourself more and more, infatuated with your process. And for some of you guys, a car is coming for you soon, okay? A lot of you guys are going to resonate with that. Cars are coming in. So for a long time, you might have felt like, it was blockages on you getting a car so you can actually feel freedom. Maybe the person that you want to go see is far, so you want to drive to them, or maybe the career that you wanted to do, or you wanted to dance, or you wanted to do something, but you just didn't have the car or the funds. So it's like you felt a little down about that, so you try to cling on to a man or a woman so that you could kind of just not have to feel that, not have to go through it. But at the same time, as you sometimes do long for somebody, you do understand that the law of attraction is everything. You attract what you are.